Hey all, it's Flo, and today we are trying out new backgrounds. No, that is not the point of this video. The point of this video is to kind of talk you through my trans life because we've deep Pride. Yeah, it's Pride Month, and so, yeah, I'm going to be talking. Sorry, it's raining outside. um, wow, words. So, a quick background about me. Sorry, I have hiccups. That is not part of the background. I am the youngest of 3 children. I have 2 older sisters. I have one who is 5 years older than me, and then another one who is 7 years older than me. And yeah, so I grew up in a very conservative and like girly household. Like my dad was the only guy at the time. And I say conservative because I went to private school that had very conservative uniforms and regulations that we had to follow. And my parents are quite conservative as well, if I'm going to be honest. Now, I was born female. I have the female genitalia. And that means that society is like, you're a girl because you have female bits. Plot twist, I am not. Yeah. So, up until about the age of 14, I did identify as a girl. I went through both the girly phase and the tomboy stage. Both were alright. I loved the tomboy stage. And it wasn't just tomboy, it was also, I was very, very jealous of boys and how, like, their life and their body, and, like, it was less of a I want you and more of a I want to be you kind of thing. Like, ever since I was little, I can remember I've always wanted a penis. That sounds really weird to come out and say on the internet. Hi, I'm Flo and I want a penis. But yeah, little me had penis envy. And when I was about 14, so early 2015, I had a friend, still a friend, he just lives in Devon, so the friend cannot be seen anymore because I live in Essex, who came out as non-binary. Now, at the time, I hadn't heard that term. I was vaguely aware of what trans was, but it never really crossed my radar. Like, it was never really something I thought about or considered as something that I am a part of. I went home, researched it, naturally fell into the rabbit hole of the internet, and I came across lots of other, like, mainly AFAB YouTubers, so like Cobra Kings, Rod, Jake Edwards, Alex Bertie, Jackson Milo, Max Aaron, Ryan Casata, all of those people, and it was scary because I was like, holy moly, I am seeing parts of myself in these people. And I started to consider my whole life really, and it was a time of self-analyzation, and it was weird. And then I had my hair cut short in, no, was it? Yeah, no, it was later. Getting ahead of myself, I think. I don't know. It's either 2015 or 2016 that I had my hair cut. And yeah, I think it was 2015. I can't remember. Anyway. And so I at the time came to the realization that I was transgender, that I was a trans guy. And I panicked, and because I was like, I was new to the community, and everyone in the community was like, this is my name, and I've known it. It's my name since I was 3. So I panicked, picked a boy's name, and went with Ryan. Big mistake, did not suit me, did not like it. As in, I like the name, just not for me. And then in November of 2015, I made a video coming out as trans. And people at school saw it, teachers saw it, and it was embarrassing. But it got to the point at school where my teachers were like, either you tell your parents or we do, because they were like, oh, you know, if we're going to go anywhere with your transition and meetings and all that fun stuff, then we need to tell them, because obviously I was under the age of 18. I was not ready for that. I was really not ready for that. I did not want to tell my parents, because my mum, because she wouldn't believe me, and my dad for my safety, basically. So I was not in a position, I was not in a place to do it. I still did it. I told my mum, I didn't tell my dad, but I told my mum, and she told me to take that video down and just pretend, you know, like, go on like normal, like she refused, because she works, it was a cross between she works during the day, and also she just point blank refused to go to any meetings that we had, which actually didn't really happen, to be quite honest. I just carried on as normal. I'm still feeling very uncomfortable with myself. And then, like, moving on into sixth form, I slowly found more, like, did some more research and found the term non-binary, and then eventually the term demi-boy. Now, when I found that term, I was actually walking up to school from the station, because I get the train to school, and I was just scrolling on my phone, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is me. And I felt so, like, that little warm fuzz that you kind of feel when you're really excited or really happy. And I felt at peace for the first time. And it sounds cringe, and it was cringe. But that was when I kind of came to the realization that, yes, I'm trans, but I'm not a trans guy. Like, because I never really, like, being seen as a guy was more comfortable than being seen as a girl, but I didn't feel like a boy, if that makes sense. Like, when I called myself a boy, it didn't sit right. So I kind of more was like, I'm kind of in the middle, really. And to this day, I still identify as non-binary. I don't really like to go any more specific than that, because it all gets a bit woo-woo and all that fun stuff. And I try not to label myself too much. I just, like, I like a label to kind of make myself feel a little bit more comfortable and kind of give a sense of belonging, but at the same time, I don't want to spend too much time on it, because it all is, it's just a social construct. And I don't want to, like, tie myself down to one thing, because I'm a person. So yeah, I love and hate labels. Anyway, sidetracking. So that was probably 2016, 2017. And I went by the name Flo. I went by Flo. I was trying out different names. I was trying out Finley, Flynn, Florian. And then I moved into sixth form, and I decided that it was time to come out to my teachers. Because obviously it was a lot easier, because I only did 3 subjects, so I had 6 teachers. I came out to about 4 of them. Just because I knew that, well, one of my teachers was like in his 80s. So I kind of, and he's a history teacher. So that, you know, that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of a guy he was. And then the other guy, again, I just didn't feel comfortable coming out to him. So I came out to all of my other teachers and my form tutor and my head of year and all that fun stuff. And they were all cool with it. They all, you know, adapted their pronouns and their name and all. I mean, most teachers couldn't be fucked to say my birth name anyway, so they called me Flo anyway, so it wasn't even really that much of a change. And my name was changed on the register as well, which was good. And then, yeah, I went by he, him, and again it was like trans guy. It just never really sat right. Like again, it felt more comfortable than she, her, but it didn't really sit right. And I was a little bit on the fence about they, them pronouns because at the time I was that kind of good person. I was like, that doesn't really make sense, yada, yada, yada. But the more I kind of got used to it and the more I saw it and the more I kind of used it for myself, the more it kind of made sense and the more it felt comfortable. And now I go by they, them pronouns, but I try to. I try to get people to. People don't, but I try. Yeah, and then roll around beginning of 2018, I met my boyfriend. And my brain, this was before I got together, my brain was just like, if this goes anywhere, you should probably tell him that you're not a girl. So at the time I was in school skirt and all that fun stuff because private school life. And he was confused because he thought that I was MTF. Bless his little cotton socks. And then I kind of had to explain to him more that no, this is not, no, no, I'm not a kink. Because I know some guys find that kinky. He doesn't, but I tried to make it funny. Yeah, and he was total chill with it. And we've been in a couple of flaps about it, to be quite honest, but he's okay. I'm still with him. I've been with him for about 2 years now, so he mustn't bother him that much. It's the asexuality that kind of makes our relationship a little bit more complicated, but yeah. Anyway, and then it was about that time that I also came out on Instagram as well, because some people knew, but not everyone knew, so I came out on Instagram probably last year, year before, and people were very chill with it, which was very nice. I got lots of nice comments, and then yeah, I moved to uni, and I started identifying, like, started coming out to people, and calling myself Flo, and I'm still in the process of trying to find out how I can change my name on the uni system from my birth name to my preferred name, because a lot of things with regards to like uni records needs to be legal, so I don't have a legal name change. My legal name is my birth name, so I need to find a way to kind of get them to, like, even if they just have like my preferred name in brackets or something like that, I need to find a way of doing that because dysphoria. But yeah, most people have been doing it all correctly and all that fun stuff. And then a couple of weeks ago, I think it was like last month, I came out on Facebook to literally the whole of my family. It's terrifying. I was terrified. I got a lot of nice comments though. It was all very sweet. And yeah, the whole process that leads me up to today. The whole process has been one hell of a journey. I'm still kind of finding what feels right and dipping my toe in the water and and trying to kind of back away from the societal boxes of this is what a non-binary person should look like, this is what a girl should look like. And of course, I go through phases of self-doubt, which is a huge thing in the trans community, which is not spoken about and needs to be spoken about, and I will probably make a video on it sometime. And I'm going to try and wrap it up because this video is 10 minutes long. But at the moment, I'm non-binary. I'm they, them. I'm Florian, but I go by Flo. And this is where I am at the moment. I'm trying to just kind of fuck society. And yes, I am in female clothes. And yes, I'm really sorry for this. But I completely forgot. I forgot to round off the video. Because I came to edit it and I was like, so yes, that is bringing up to today. Like I said, I'm still trying to find my way and all that fun stuff, and just kind of doing what I want and self-expression, and Still discovering things about myself, but I guess that's a lifelong process. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope that was informative. I hope it helped out some people who are maybe unsure about themselves. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you are following the rules. And I shall see you next Saturday. Also, don't forget that I had a vlog out yesterday. So I will also link that below so you can go and check that out, because self-promo. Anyway, I shall see you in next week's video. Stay safe and stay happy. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye guys.